All right, guys, welcome back to the Old Glory Red Report. We're here with Mark Anthony. I'm KCJ. You know we're going to be talking about it by the title, but this is the pregame for Fresno. This is the second time in, 2.5 weeks we're playing Fresno. We already gone there once and got a result. We're heading back down there, so hopefully we'll get another result. We'll roll into that right after this title screen.
Let's go, Sacramento!
Alright, so at the weekend we are heading back down to Fresno. I know there's a good supporter group headed down there, so it should be a good atmosphere for our boys down there. What are you expecting to see on this one?
I'm expecting to see half the field be good and half the field be trash, just like we saw in our first meeting with Fresno. As most of you Republic fans know, but if you didn't catch the game, Fresno plays in a baseball field, so
bring your glove.
Yeah, bring your glove. Half the field is the outfield of the baseball diamond, and that's the good part.
Right.
The infield that's now covered with grass, or what appears to be grass, is the rocky piece of land out there.
It gets a bit rough.
So yeah, I expect to see half the field be playable and the other half be quite the proposition for the boys.
Yeah, so we did go there. We got a result in the period of a lot of games for us where we had, a lot of tired legs. We have gotten a little rest since then. We've been off for a week. We're coming back at it. Do you think we'll see a fresher team? Do you think we'll see a little bit more attacking against them? That game was a pretty stale game, if I remember correctly. So,
yeah, I expect to see our team play really, really well, actually. I do expect them to be a little upset and angry about their last performance at home, so I think that will fuel the team. And then you add in the amount of time between the games. They finally have a midweek break where they're not playing on a Wednesday, so I think that's what we'll see. We'll see some fresher legs. We'll see a strong approach to the game. I do wonder if the field will kind of mess with the flow a little bit, but I expect to see our team coming out real strong.
Well, hopefully the boys did get a little bit of a knowledge of the field now, so next time going in, they'll maybe be prepared for that. Maybe change the strategy a little bit to play with the field, knowing that it's going to be that kind of environment. Fresno sitting in 11th right now. They're not too many points off, though, 8th. We've kind of discussed that before. They're still in the race. This is going to be a crucial game for them on staying in and competing in that. What do you think this would mean for them to try to come here or try to go and get a victory against us?
Yeah, I mean, it's big for them. It's their second time playing against us in just a matter of about 2 weeks. And, the first game left a bad taste in their mouth. They've dropped a couple games since then. So they're looking to get back, on the right foot, get some points underneath them. They're sitting in 11th place right now.
Yes.
They're right outside the playoff hunt, I guess. Or they're in the playoff hunt. They're right outside the 8-team playoffs. But it's crucial for them because they're only a few points out of 8th, but, you start losing a couple games and, 4 points turns into 7 points, can turn into 10 points really quickly. So it is a big game from Fresno.
Yeah, well, and on the flip side of that, Republic didn't get the results we liked. We are kind of on the spell of results that aren't as favorable as we would have liked them to be. We've dropped some points. Real Monarchs have gotten an 8-point lead on us. 8th place is only, 6 points behind us right now? So this is also a big game for Republic to put a little bit of distance between us and those mid-table teams. And I think we need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and when you look at the standings, we're sitting in 3rd right now. First place probably is not likely as we sit 8 points behind Real. But 2nd place is feasible. We're only 3 points behind Phoenix. We do see them... actually, I don't believe we see them again, but we're only 3 points behind them. And in the way the standings are, the way that the playoff bracket is set up, first place team is going to be on one end, second place team will be on the bottom. So if you're in second, it's essentially being in first because you're going to get every home game in the playoffs. You're going to get every game at home in the playoffs until you face the first place team. If they stumble, you get that Western Conference Championship game at home.
And that would be nice to get again. We've talked about some of their key players going into the last game. We talked about Johnson and Kafka and Bustamante. You've seen these guys come back in. How you feeling we can get a result against these guys?
I think we should win this game. I believe when we played them and got the win last time, we actually had a mix of some players getting spot starts. So we weren't actually playing our best 11, and I would expect to see our best 11 this Saturday.
Me too.
So I am expecting our best team out there with a very good result.
Yeah. You expecting like Iwasa to get the start again? What do you think for the back line? Who's your strong four for the back line?
Yeah, I mean, Iwasa, he just scored 2 goals in his last game. He's not sitting the bench in this game.
And he's our top goal scorer. We want him in 90 minutes every game.
He's actually on pace of having a pretty historic season with the club, so be on the lookout for him to get on the score sheet again. For the back line, though, like you mentioned, I think we'll go with Tainer. Maybe Schmidt. I think Schmidt started last time alongside Tainer.
He's had a few good games too.
Yeah, I would expect Gomez, of course.
Gomez has been great for us. So.
Yeah, and maybe Turnley. I don't know if Rodriguez is going to get back in the 11, but I would expect Tainer and Rodriguez with Schmidt on the left, or Schmidt sliding in and then putting Turnley out on the left. But Gomez and Tainer to be starters for sure.
Yeah, I ask you that because for me in this game, and I think it was kind of key last time, is we had a pretty solid defensive performance, and that's what ground us out the 1-0 win. And I think we're going to see that again. Fresno does have some potential. I know Barrera hasn't been the greatest this season, but we've seen what he can do in games. Cheney's out there, and he's been having a good season. Like we said before, Kafka's having a good season, Johnson. So they've got players that can put the ball in the back of the net. So for me, it is going to be key that back line that you were talking about really comes out and really performs.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we saw last game was a tight game, maybe not our best attacking game. I know the goal came off Espino, yeah. Espino
late in the second half, like 38th minute or something.
Yeah, Matty Osic, I believe, shot it on frame. It came out. Espino got a start that day. He put it in the back of the net. So with that being said, it was a very tight game. There wasn't a lot of chances between the two teams, but I do expect to see a more open game this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like I said, for me, I think it's going to be a little defensive on both sides. Both teams have that more of a counterattacking ability, if you would. I think both teams have good pace up front where they can do that. So I think it will be, maybe the game will get stretched a little bit later on and we will see a more open game later, but I think they're going to both start out pretty tight for me. What are you thinking is going to be the scoreline on this one?
I'm going to say we go down to the baseball field with our mitts.
Down to the ballpark.
And I think we grind out a 2-0 win on the road.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the game will get stretched a little bit, so I went with a 2-1 on this one. I think both teams have opportunity. Our back line has been good, but they've been infallible this season so far. So I think that they'll get one on us. 2-1 is going to be my prediction on this one.
There's not very many things in life that I like more than a 2-1 scoreline.
It makes for a great, entertaining game. Right?
It does, right? It's a great movie with a good ending.
Yeah. So hopefully that field helps us out a little bit, gets us the right bobble here or there. We go get that 2-1.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right, guys, we appreciate you watching these videos. Make sure to check out all of our other videos. We do have a lot of content coming up. We have another FIFA video going to be coming out shortly, so make sure to watch that. Make sure to go to our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. If you haven't subscribed, go down there. It's going to be red. When you hit it, it'll go gray, so make sure you do that. Notification button also down there somewhere in that area. Hit that. That'll get you all of our recent videos coming up. Anything you'd like to add before we head off?
Not too much. Go Republic, and yeah, absolutely subscribe to our channel, like our content, share it. If it's something that you think someone else should watch, go ahead and share it with your friends.
All right, so come on, you old boys in Old Glory Red.